Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is a special one because it is the Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class Nemesis Prime. Yes, Nemesis Prime. For those of you who don't know, because I don't know how often I've ever brought it up, I have this weird relation with the character of Nemesis Prime where I've always wanted a figure, but I can never seem to get one. I can never seem to find one, or if I find one, it's like there's always a caveat to it. Like when I got my leader class Scourge, the Walmart exclusive, what was it? The Race to Velocitron leader class Scourge. That's technically a Nemesis Prime, but also technically it's not. It's a Scourge. But I'm counting that as a Nemesis Prime. But then this is a legitimate Nemesis Prime. More specifically, this is a repaint. I think it's just a straight repaint of the Kingdom, of the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom core class. Optimus Prime. So here he is repainted in his Nemesis Prime colors, which is very nice. I think the truck mode looks a little off, but that might just be me. I feel like this cab is a little bit too tall. Like, it looks off. It could be this little gap here that's throwing me off. But it doesn't look right. It could just be me. He does come with this one accessory, which is this Energon axe, which can be stored right there in his vehicle mode. So neat. And his vehicle mode is obviously based off of the Optimus Prime one, which is just his iconic G1 Mack truck, or, an approximation of that G1-inspired Mack truck. So yeah, Nemesis Prime. I now have a Nemesis Prime. But as I said earlier, there is a caveat, and at the end, I'll explain the sort of story as to how I got this guy, because it's something. It's nothing too mind-blowing, but it's something. Like, I couldn't just get this guy normally. It's so weird. So yeah, let's get on with the transformation. Oh, he does have 6 rolly wheels, and he does roll pretty okay. He's an okay roller. So yeah, let's get on with transformation, which is not too complex. First, you separate the legs down, and then bring out the arms, like so. Stretch them out. Rotate the torso. Then fold this down and up. Then this should peg somewhere. It should be like this. Then you bring this up, and should do like a soft peg there. Separate the legs, bring the arms forward, down, flip out the arms. As you can see, he's fairly straightforward. Flip out the arms, and here we have Nemesis Prime. Oh wait, he's missing his head. So this is what it's supposed to be. You just flip this up, like so. Then you get your finger in there, and then you flip up the head. But as you can see, my figure is having a really hard time doing that. And I'm going to explain why. First, let me try and see if I can get him out. I may have to use this to poke it up. Come on. There we go. Normally, it's not supposed to be that difficult to get his head up. And also, oh yeah, then there is a peg here that'll peg into there. So that's how it'll keep that in place. Like so. Then here we have Nemesis Prime. It's very nice head sculpt. But as you can see, there is something off about it. You can see it's crooked. And that crookedness is why I struggled so much in popping it out. So I won't be transforming Nemesis here all that much, because yeah, close, let's see if we can see it. As you can see, it's damaged. Yup. His head is slightly damaged, which forces the head, when you pop it on here, to angle to the right or to the left a little bit. When you turn his head, you can't really see it all that much. When you turn the head, doesn't look that bad. It's noticeable when you just have him staring straight up where he's like crooked. And yeah, but that aside, I'll get to the story. But yeah, here's Nemesis Prime in his robot mode, and he looks very, very nice. This is very cool. I find a lot of these core class figures to be very nicely made, albeit smaller than I would have liked. I would have preferred this guy a little bit bigger. Oh, and his accessories, very easy. You can either have him hold it in his hand like so, but why would you do that when you can just fold that fist down, peg it there, and now we have a proper Energon axe. Very nice. Also, articulation. The head does swivel left and right. Arms are on a ball joint, as well as the elbows on a ball joint. Hands can also go in and out. That's for transformation. No waist, but legs can go out that far, forward, back, because it's on a ball joint. Bend at the knee, because it's on a ball joint. And no ankle, but the feet are angled in a way where he can have like some dynamic poses. So they are angled. Oh, and this can go forward and back. So you can use that as extra articulation. So yeah, overall, besides the defect on mine, which is not a factory defect, by the way, but besides that issue with mine's head, it's a solid figure. Very cool, very nice, and I'm glad that I finally have a Nemesis Prime. So let's get on with articulation. And not articulation, I mean size comparisons. Ratchet, Cliff, and Primal. I personally would have preferred if this guy was around the size of Primal. Then I honestly feel like he would be perfect for his size. Because I feel like he's a bit too small. Like, that's my biggest gripe with all these core class figures, is that they're too small. They should be at least a little bit bigger. Like what used to be called basic class or legend scale. Even though legends are roughly this big, even though I feel like they made him, I think, a little bit smaller. So yeah, Nemesis Prime. Overall, nice solid figure. I think he's worth getting. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A nice simple Nemesis Prime if you're one of those people who just for some reason can't get one. So here's the thing with the head. Just so I don't ramble on for too long. Yeah, so I went to Target not too long ago, and I just did my rounds. I go to the Transformer section and I look. Didn't see anything. So while passing by the get this, the dog food area, I happened to find some empty packages. Basically, somebody stole some stuff. It was like Pokemon cards, some other stuff. I think some SH Figure Art figures. They just stole a bunch of stuff. But on one of the corners of that pile, I found this guy's box, but without his head. So I got a headless Nemesis Prime, which I'm assuming are rare. Nemesis Prime, I think, is already rare to begin with, because this is the first time I've ever seen one. In my area, anyway, it's rare. So I finally found a Nemesis Prime, but without a head. And I was contemplating on whether I should just buy the figure without the head and then just hope to maybe find a headed one anyway and then, fix it some other way. Or maybe like look for a broken one or something. Like, I was thinking about it. So I started searching to see if maybe by some chance I would find his head or find another one. I was initially trying to find another one, and I couldn't. This was the only Nemesis Prime they had. So I searched, and right as when I was about to give up, I decided to go back to the area where I found him, in the dog food area, and search a little closer. And underneath, like, I think it was like under a couple cans, like a dented can of dog food, I found the head. It was just sitting there within the neck area, like bent in, as I showed you, which is why he has this like angled look. His head is angled. But yeah, I have Nemesis Prime now. So I found a headless body that someone, I guess, I don't know what they were trying to do. But yeah, I then found his head. So yeah, that's the story. That is just awesome. That not only do I finally have a Nemesis Prime, but I actually have a story attached to it. I mean, it's not the greatest story, but how often can you say that I found a headless figure and then about 20 minutes later, I found the head? So I was able to complete them. So yeah, Nemesis Prime, slightly damaged, but still a Nemesis Prime nonetheless. So yay. So yeah, overall a solid figure. That goes without saying. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers, I was going to say Studio Series, the Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class Nemesis Prime. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.